Well, from the very early days in the due diligence, I was involved in the Cylance discussions. We were talking to a lot of security companies because we were trying to increase our portfolio and offering. Cylance was one that really stood out from a technical point of view as being best in class. So in the technical domain, in terms of their security knowledge and their machine learning knowledge, it was off the charts. High pedigree in terms of the capability of the company. Yeah, well, because of the large amount of data, the need for machine learning is key in all aspects of security moving forward. I think what Cylance has done with Cylance Protect and Cylance Optics is they've taken, and now Cylance Persona, they've taken a problem, a challenge. They've applied data science policy to it. They basically have a machine learning workflow to get a model that works and is deployable. And something that's very unique about Cylance is the Cylance technology is embeddable and it works offline. So if you lose your connection to the cloud, the Cylance AI engine is still equally as effective. So it can lose connection and still be effective.
Now, should I think of Persona as a UEBA, user entity behavior analytics, or is it something else? Whatever analyst category you want to put it into.
So I don't know. I think it's sort of a dynamic security monitoring. Solution. So it's in its emerging state, but the thing is that what it's trying to prevent against, once you know someone's password, you can get in and now go laterally into the system. So it basically monitors what's going on all the time, so you can detect it quickly and react to it. And so we probably have 50 different elements in our security portfolio, but some of the high level ones, you mentioned Good. So Good really pairs nicely with our endpoint management. So Good gives us a Dynamics container to create a secure environment in otherwise insecure devices. We have QNX Technologies, which is a great embedded OS with a microkernel, secure operations, widely used in automotive and general engineering. We have Certicom, which has great crypto algorithms and hardware key provisioning capabilities. We've got secure notifications. There's an awful lot under that umbrella. The other thing we have that's unique from the security point of view is the BlackBerry NOC. So we have a completely secure global network that touches every carrier on the planet that we can host secure services in. So that's cloud-based in the sense if you need to store something in the cloud, but it needs to be highly secured, we have that NOC. That NOC capability still within our portfolio.
Because in the not that distant past, I used to think I would have thought of the NOC as part of the BlackBerry messaging service.
Right.
Is that an evolution of that part?
Yes. Yeah. It has been an evolution and an extension. So the fact is, many people are trying to build a global secure network. We have one, and there's new services. We're less. We've pivoted to a software company now as we're introducing service into the industry. That's an asset that we can leverage. Lots of people would give anything to have something like that to be able to build solutions into. So it's interesting. When the company was founded, I wasn't there, but it was founded on making a difference. So what can we do to sort of give back or provide value? And that's something that John Chen was recently talking to an employee meeting. And some analysts, that's still what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a difference. So we're trying to create privacy and security in an environment where it's really important. And so I think that theme is consistent. We've got really smart people, probably some of the smartest in the industry in different specific areas working together to provide value. Like we invented the mobile communication industry when it wasn't technically possible. You couldn't do mobile phones when the network was so slow. So we built protocols and emails so we could do little snippets of information to give the feeling of connectedness when the bandwidth wasn't there. Now that we have bandwidth, that's not as important, but providing services in the IoT market is something that we feel we're very good at doing in a secure way. So that kind of motivates us. How do we bring our capability of security and privacy to the wider interconnected world? It's interesting for me explaining that BlackBerry is now a security software company is something that I hope to not have to do quite as much. Thank you for using your BlackBerry if you did, but we've moved on. And so I think sort of getting that message out of how we can add value and bring this capability to the wider user base, I think is something that I'll continue with. So BlackBerry is very successful, and I'm hoping that people will start to learn more about sort of our new direction.
Right.
I'm very